Very good afternoon, everyone. And, we're taking a little jump from economy hotels to luxury developments, luxury hotel business. And really today I would like to approach or talk about four subjects. One is talking about the change in the luxury hotel business from maybe 10, 15 years ago to today. The second part is also the change of the needs of the luxury travelers from a couple of years ago to today and to the future. I would like to also share with you some of the great projects Pontiac Land has done in this city in Singapore, and also what we're doing at the moment. And then maybe a couple of takeaways that might be of interest to you. So really, let's really talking about, the luxury business in the past was much simpler. You had a couple of established brands. They were clearly defined. You had companies like, Ritz-Carlton, obviously, Four Seasons, Mandarin Oriental, Peninsula. Then we had the 4-star, the 3-star, the 2-star. And this was much easier. The hotels were really also developed very often as single hotels. We looked at projects and we looked at their profitability and different reasons for developing these hotels. Some of them were maybe ego-driven, the other ones were investment-driven. The other part is really the land prices were much more reasonable, and which made these projects financially viable. Today, somehow the platform has changed, and when you look at the competition that has come in to the market, you see many more brands who are really competing with the established players in the market. You have in Asia Pacific companies like Alila, you have the Viceroy Group, One and Only, many independent hotels, and what we are doing, we're doing our own ultra-luxury lifestyle brand, Patina Hotels and Resorts. So really the market has become much more diverse and much more competitive. And really, especially in Asia, a lot of the hotels are part of mixed-use developments, and the hotels are taken really for the brand value that they bring to the development, and for to increase the value of the overall mixed-use experience. And really, lastly, it was sometimes a little dangerous that these hotels are taken, just to bring in brand value to the development, and eventually the hotels are built not according to the demand. So suddenly you have a 5-star hotel in a 3 or 4-star location. And eventually, when the hotel is up and running, you can't maintain the hotels and cannot keep up the quality. So that's a little bit of a danger. Now, the luxury traveler has also changed. When you look at the traditional traveler of the past, people were really looking for a traditional experience. We're looking for something that had to be done, something that is safe. But today's, ultra-luxury traveler is really looking for a very different experience. They're looking for a strong sense of authenticity, a strong sense of place, a very high level of personalization, the one-to-one relationship, really obviously seamless and hassle-free service. Clearly less ostentatious, much more discreet style of luxury. Connectivity, funny enough, I just saw the presentation from the economy brands where internet is not being charged, and in a lot of the 5-star hotels in the world or in Asia, people still charge for internet, which is quite surprising. Sustainability on environment, and at the end of the day, even luxury travelers are looking for value and price. The price doesn't have to be low, but clearly the value, the experience has to be on the high side. Now, the choice is really for a developer when he has a project, is really look at which operator to choose, and this is again getting more and more difficult nowadays, much more competitive. Really, there's two ways to go. One is really to go for more established players, such as, you know, a couple of the names that I mentioned earlier, who are safe bets, but really going for the new luxury traveler and trying to differentiate yourself from the competition is really to go with somebody that's an up-and-coming, that is really has a product and a service and experience that really caters to the new luxury traveler. Clearly, a lot of due diligence has to be made in terms of, you know, what is the end in mind, because it's a long-term relationship. These management contracts go sometimes up to 20, 25 years, and it's a very long commitment to do. And what is the perfect brand for the project, and what is the right operator for the project? Then the last point, which is clearly a simple point, but very often not done, is that you know, the operator needs to be appointed as early as possible to avoid any cost overruns, that you build really the hotel according to the needs. And very often the developer goes ahead and develops and eventually goes into an operator search about a year before, and then again goes through a lot of changes and a lot of pains. Some of the successful projects that we had here in Singapore, and you are probably, you know, you see it right there. And again, it's the old and the new. And the first project that Pontiac went through is the Millenia Singapore, which was really trend-setting at that time. It's a wonderful development of integrated development of two commercial buildings, Millenia Tower and Centennial Tower. The anchor hotel operator, obviously the Ritz-Carlton Millenia Singapore, which was really the first Ritz-Carlton of its kind here in Asia, and really established the brand, Conrad, the upmarket brand of Hilton, Millenia Walk, and what is obviously important is the spacing and the architecture and the cultural aspect of the whole development. It's probably one of the most successful developments, I would say, definitely in Singapore, but surely in Asia. And the second project that I'd like to share with you is really the new luxury, and what we are trying to do is really catering to the new needs and creating that lifestyle aspect is the Capital project, and it is a combination of a Patina hotel of 157 keys, ultra-luxury lifestyle hotel, with a very strong sense of place, authenticity, one-to-one service, something that we call the 360-degree Patina concierge service, an old theater that we are renovating, 4 floors of retail, and 39 very, very high-end residential developments, which will really create an incredible lifestyle and will really drive values for all the components of the development. That's the master plan, like I mentioned, designed by Richard Meyer and Partners out of California, the theater, the hotel, the retail, and at the end, the residential development. Now, you know, the reasons for success, we all know the first point is really location, location, location. Clearly, both projects are very successful. One thing we obviously always have done in the past, and it's clear to work with top consultants like Richard Myers and some of the leading architects and leading interior designers in the world. I think it's easy to say the ideal mix of retail, residential, commercial, not to get too greedy on one of the components, and make sure that every component of the mixed use feeds on each other, and every component brings value to the development, which in both cases I think has been achieved. Clearly having strong anchor tenants in each component. In the case of Millenia Singapore, obviously the Ritz-Carlton was an anchor, you know, the strong architectural and cultural program, and in case of the capital development, the Patina Hotel. And last but not least, you know, well-coordinated and an executed development strategy will really bring success to the business. All in all, I think the luxury market is a market that is here to stay. Clearly much more volatile than the economy market, but whilst we suffer the most during crisis, we come back the quickest. And clearly throughout the world, you can see the demand is there, the demand is back, and we're very, very confident about the future. Thank you very much. Thank you.